All right, and welcome back. It's another week of us talking about tokusatsu. We are half hour henshin. As always, I am Sleepy Witch, joined by
DJ Azure, the 2.5D Hero Talk Tuber.
we gotta
Oh
start at the
man.
beginning. I know that's not what you want to talk about. We have to start at the beginning of
No, no,
Gozuger.
no, 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 don't worry. I'm fully okay with talking about this because we got so much lore in this episode. We finally understand a lot more stuff now. Like we understand what the nature of no ones are. Like
Yep,
that's crazy.
a little bit more. I mean, so let's talk about that. No ones are incompatible with the world, so they need human hosts basically to even exist. So
Mm-hmm.
that's already like a revelation. Uh Second revelation, because it's basically like it's a kind of like a worse version of Lower Tegasword. If you guys have like if you guys are sort of similar, the no ones will assimilate you to quote unquote try to grant your wish.
Yeah.
And so that can also apparently happen to someone dying.
Mm-hmm.
And if they die, they just kind of become a specter of anger.
Yeah, which is wild. And
I mean, it makes sense. They're no longer human. They're incompatible with the world, and all they can feel is, whatever the feelings of the dying person is before that. Um, so, I mean, we are getting basically what I thought is kind of like a Gal Ranger tribute with her and him and the wolf being the thing that separates them. He even like brings out and plays the pan flute for her song, which I'm pretty sure is the same song from Gal Ranger and the same song from Wild Force.
oh, I actually did not just think to look that up. But honestly, it was really cool though. Like like we actually see that it was just a nested no one. So we have the Oni no one turn, and then we saw tag no one on top of it.
And I
So
also
yeah,
think it was fun that, Gozuger has been kind of like a very fun, child-free, like child like wonder kind of joy and fun, and we're doing stuff. But this week they were like, "Hey, there's no time for a number one battle. This is not about that right now."
yeah, and it's like you know what, this episode's important. Let's get man, I'm gonna feel really bad if I get this name wrong, but Koichi Sakamoto to do the choreo for this one.
Yeah, I think that's what they got. Which again, so far I have just been blown away by all the fights in Gozuger. They've all been super good and super fun in like different ways. Uh,
Yeah.
but also, man, I love the vibes of like the story with Gaia, Luna, and then also like this monster that she has quote unquote become.
Mhm.
First of all, I love the vibe of like Luna and Gaia, like it's Earth and Moon, like they're supposed to be together because the Moon will rotate the Earth and they stick
Mhm.
together. That's super cute
Yeah.
theming. I love that when we get their backstory, he's like a wildlife dude and she was a veterinarian and they worked together to like save animal. That's so cute.
Yeah, and
Um,
then obviously because she realized he realized that she's dead. Like saying, you know what, I'm doing all this so I could get rid of them, so I could basically free her soul essentially, so I could die alongside her, because that way we're always together.
yep.
Like it's like you said, it's a heavy episode.
And I love that a pair that
I
it's
followed a string.
we get the team up with Rikuo, who's the other lion, and he's like, I was also able to hear your despair because I've got pretty good ears.
Yeah, but at the same time too, like it makes sense too, because it's about music, and by the end of the episode he inherits what's the name of the song, like just the song of, oh, man, forgot what it was.
I think it was like the Song of
Oh
the
the
Wild,
oh, the echoing melody, that's what it's called.
echoing
Yeah,
melody. Yeah.
yeah, he inherits that song because he's a performer, he could
Yep.
sing.
And we get like so many cool things about this. Obviously we get him playing the song with like his last instrument left. We get him playing the song and Animus coming back. Uh, so in and again, I'm assuming from what I've read that it does seem to be that Wild Force was pretty one to one with Gal Ranger, and so
Mhm.
their mech is kind of like their big deity, because it's kind of like the animal spirits are like the deities kind of thing, kind of like King Oger.
Mhm.
So him coming back and being like, "I will grant you," that was pretty cool. I did like that. That we saw him like teleport from like the Zord graveyard.
Yeah.
Uh, so that way we also get the confirmation that it's like, oh, that's the real one too. It wasn't just like a copy made or something else. I love the
Mhm.
team up, especially because again we get the team up with Rikuo. I love the beginning of the episode too, where we get like Rico being like talking about Horu last episode and being like, can't tell if it was stupid or smart, but I gotta hand it to him.
Yeah. Oh man. But but yeah, obviously we have all this. We have Kuon coming back and initiating the fight against the Gojujers.
Because he's basically like, I need to see, the queen's interested in him, so I'm gonna see what he's doing.
Yeah. But what we do get next though is that when the fight starts, we do get that we get the in-fight out of suit fight transformation, and we love these, of course. Whenever this happens, it's just so hype. They're basically fighting, interspersing their claps before transforming while beating up on
their
the
transformations are really good. Kuon's transformation for this episode was also really sick. We get to see the X spreading from his eye and everything. Because it was a new version of the transformation that we got for this episode. I'm like, oh, that looks fucking awesome. God, you though. Oh my god. It looks sick. And then that leads into obviously the fighting transformations. Obviously, they all get a little bit of a chance to shine. They all get a little bit of and continuing, all the choreography really fits their characters and their vibes. So it's just chef's kiss. So fun to watch.
Yep. Oh man, I just love watching that transformation sequence. It is so good.
Yeah.
But yeah, we do get this fight, and then Luna and Gaia do reconcile for a bit, minorly.
Yeah,
and then she's
I do love that we get to see it. We originally see it from Guy's perspective, where it's like, oh, she fell, and then we get the oh, she must hate me because she fell because of me, and we saw that basically she threw herself to save him. And again, super wholesome that they were in love, and it's one of those things where obviously he doesn't see it this way, and we find out by the end of the episode, she wants him to live. She wouldn't have done that if she didn't care about him and if she didn't want him to continue living a full life, So honestly, super sweet, super cute. I love that they did get to reunite in the No One, and she's like, look, I will be reborn and I'll find you again. And he's like, yeah, next life, we'll definitely find each other. Man, honestly, it was just super cute. It was a cool way to tie up this story thread they started with him.
And then we don't really get triumphant music. We actually do get the echoing melody being sung the entire time while we get this fight. So
it's they really have to fight him while he becomes big, which even Garrido points out, oh, he is a different kind of No One.
Yep. Yeah.
So we're gonna see if that happens again, or if we're going to see they're gonna start experimenting on the No One, so they'll grow. If we're gonna see more mechs, not entirely sure yet. Other big mech news. Horu sent the Wolf Caliber to the fucking Lion Zord.
Yeah. So that obviously means that at one point, I don't think this means that we're going to get a combined mecha, or at least all of them piloting it at once, because obviously you still have to somehow have the competition aspect of it still, but we're obviously going to get some fights where they're going to mix and match the weapons together. And they basically said, yeah, don't worry, we're basically gonna have one of the No Ones, or have one of the Tega swords have all the weapons, and that'll be the mid series power up,
or something like that.
All that right now.
Yeah, something like that for sure. I mean, I still kind of want maybe a little bit more for them having a combined form, but we'll see. I'm really looking forward to. I really hope that we get to see a what's it called, a black and green mech combination, so we could do the Pegasus unicorn. Yeah, well, I'm thinking the unicorn, because he's already a centaur, but the centaur with the bow. Instead of the drill, I think will be cool.
Ooh. Called Sagittarius mode or something.
Something like that would be pretty sick. Obviously.
Sorry. Rico basically gets to inherits the ring, because obviously they were teaming up most of the time together, and Guy decides to live.
Yep. And I love that. First of all, obviously I love that for him. It's obviously a good little message of hey, you should keep on living. That's what they would have wanted for you. But I also kind of love seeing this depth to Rikuo. a little bit more, where it's like, look, there is a little bit more than him just, trying to be an idol and being a little sleazy. And
Mhm.
I do also like how we, this was like another quote unquote like Sentai fight where we like settled it with him just by like talking it out basically.
Yeah.
And he gave up his ring because again, I do love. First of all, I'm always a big fan of the like the person who inherits the power, quote unquote, being like a fake inheritor, and so he's thinking that that his wife would have been the number one beast tamer, not him.
Mhm.
And so he leaves it to Riqua because he believes he can be the real one. Like I thought that was cute.
Yeah, and I mean at the same time too, it's like like obviously these rings are no things granting wishes, and he kind of got his wish. He got to see Runa. He got to see Luna again.
Yep.
Yeah.
And it again super sweet, overall really wholesome. I'm hoping this isn't the last time we see him. I'm hoping that at some point we're gonna see them all later, either in the finale or like in a mid-season thing, uh
Yeah.
maybe
I
in the
mean,
movie.
yeah. We're still waiting for the rest of our universe rest to come back, and considering the next episode preview, yes, I really do want the universe rest to come back.
It's finally time.
Yes, Sword Sama has finally graced me with the Ryugi episode.
It's finally time. Not only that, we get the Ryugi episode and we get Car Ranger, or is it is
It's Car Ranger. Yeah,
it is Car
it's
Ranger, yeah.
Car Ranger.
Car
Yeah.
Ranger. We get Car Ranger Turbo Maid.
Yeah. So I'm expecting. So I'm hoping this episode's gonna be number one hilarious as hell, because Car Ranger is known for being the really like kind of messy and
I've
really
heard it's very
funny.
silly.
Yeah, it's super silly. Like I don't know if it's the first one that did it, but it is one of the first Sentai that did have one of the Rangers fall in love with with an enemy general. So
That's fun. I
yeah,
also like the vibe of first of all, we're getting the maid who's come to get him back, and I guess her
yes.
desire to bring him back is strong enough that she gets a wish granting thing.
Yeah,
So
which
I'm
is
wondering
yeah.
if because that's what I'm wondering. I'm wondering if her wish is gonna be for him to come back, or if she has like another like real wish and she's just using the power in the meantime.
But yeah, and it looks like our number one next week, very fitting, for an episode about a rich kid who ran away, is number one manners.
Yep.
It's so silly. It's like
You know
just
what
the
the
idea
the,
of
the
this,
maid
yeah.
Car Ranger thing kind of reminds me of?
Mm.
I don't know if you've seen the like illustrations. I think there's like a small amount, but it's called like Made to Skate.
Yes,
Yeah, and it's like the
yes,
maids with the skateboards.
I am waiting for that English release, because okay, I'm not sure if you've seen the 2 chapters that have been released, but the lead maid, her name is Benihana. It's great, and like
I think I read the first one somewhere because it wasn't. Doesn't she go and like one of them goes down to like the town or something to like run an errand or something?
yeah, and then she tries jumping a river and falls into the river.
Yeah, I do think I
Yeah,
remember that. I
yeah,
have to go back and reread it, but I am also waiting for the English release. It looks like a very cute series, and that's kind of the vibes I was getting with this.
yeah, I'm so excited, and like we like okay, so yesterday when I was telling Sleepy about this, pretty much I basically told them, oh, you're gonna know, I know the first thing you're gonna say when you watch this episode is Go Junior, and then
And that threw me off a little bit because I thought it was going to be something relating to something I said. And so I was going to be like, oh, at the beginning of the episode, I'm like, oh, does it mean that I called it that it looks like his wife is the no one? I don't know. That was like a prediction. I don't think I'd be like that excited over getting that right because, it was like a prediction from something we got hinted like at the episode. Like, I don't know, blah, blah, blah. And then I'm like, oh no, the episode went through. Nothing really sticks out. I wonder if it's going to be in the preview. And then it starts and I'm like, oh, this is what he wanted me to talk about.
yeah,
This is what he wanted.
So one of the funny things is that I am a frequent customer at a maid cafe here in California. So like number one, there's that, and number two, it's a Ryugi episode, and I have been waiting for the Ryugi episode so much. So
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, it is just how it is. But we're getting that next week. But before that, we still have this week's Gavv.
Yeah, but actually, wait, one more thing too. So, so some people were noting that Rima Matsuda, who's gonna be the actress for Racer Red, is Rima Matsuda, who was Yoko Nakashima in Ultraman Z, and apparently, yeah, so she was in that as well too. So yeah,
Honestly, really
Like,
cool. I do love seeing the other actors come in as the Universe Reds.
mhm.
Real
Yeah.
sick. Oh my god.
Yeah,
Could
and apparently in Revice, she was actually also in like a Revice movie or something like that. So
hmm,
that basically means she has been in the trinity of Toku essentially.
hell yeah. Now I think it'd be cool if we got oh god. I forget his name, but our chief from Ultraman Arc to come back. I think he'd
Yeah.
be a fun cameo Red. Obviously, they already have
Yeah.
the Abba Ranger Red, but he doesn't have to come back as Abba Red. I think it'd be fun to see him as a different Red, even if it's just gonna be like a cameo role where it's like he's a Red that gets taken out.
Mhm.
Uh,
Yeah,
but
that would be fun. That would be
I'd
fun.
love to see him as that again. That'd be cool.
Mhm.
But going back, we got this week's Gavv. Honestly, we got like a really sweet episode, and then I was sad. I think
Yeah.
that's kind of how this episode went for me. Uh, we got the confirmation. Hey, we need 100 Gochizos. We got to start from scratch. I do love that we're seeing the shop owner again, and we get to see how kind Shoma is because he makes sure he leaves some gummies for the kid who wanted some. Uh,
Mhm.
Obviously just very cute stuff. He's picking up gummies, but honestly, when they call him back and they're all making snacks for him,
Yeah, it's really yeah, it is just absolutely adorable, and like
it's like this
number
cute
one.
familial scene.
Yeah. Actually, you know, man, I like, you know what? I've been proven wrong by everything. So you know what? I'm just gonna put it out there. What if the shopkeeper here is actually gonna be our main villain? Yeah, let's just throw it out there. That is like the weakest thing I'm gonna throw out there.
That would be
It's
crazy.
yeah,
I couldn't see it, but honestly, I don't know where things are about to go. Uh,
yeah.
but
Oh man,
we
but
have
yeah,
two big reveals. One at the beginning, he can't control the strength of Overgav yet.
yep,
And that's the reason that Megan survived. It was like if he could have actually controlled it and like concentrated that power, he would have like obliterated him. And because of that, they took advantage of that. The other reveal we'll talk about later. But that
yeah,
was one big thing. And then we get to see, obviously, the rest of the sibling drama going on the other half of this.
yup,
So first, Glota coming to Princess and being like, "What are you doing to my brother? Like, please, what's going on?" She's like, "Oh, I just wanted to get to know you better, and I'm doing what I need to." And then we have like them having the conversation. Jita shows up Jeeb shows up as Jita, which kind of freaks Glota out a little bit. It looks like, like
yeah.
she looks like, what is happening? And then he turns back and he's like, look, he's wonderful whatever state he's in. And it again really giving the vibes of the like she does not value Jeeb as a person. It's definitely just like, this is my toy that I own.
Yeah.
Look, I
And
can
like,
change out the case.
yeah, and also what's also creepy about it too was that, I mean, I'm not sure if it was intentional or not, but I mean, it feels intentional. The fact that it was Lizelle that was the one that had
Changed.
both of that had both of the
Yep. And she's the one who
disguises.
changes him instead of him choosing to change.
Mm-hmm.
No, I'm pretty sure that's intentional. Again, continuing with the like, he belongs to me, so don't worry about it.
Mm-hmm.
And Glota just looks genuinely sad about this. I think it is kind of interesting seeing that like it seems like all the other siblings like did like each other.
Mm-hmm.
Nielv may be excluded, because Glota seems to be super worried. Obviously, the twins liked each other, but they've been kind of neglected. But it's not like they were being neglected because like Glota hated them or anything.
Mm-hmm.
And again, Lenga was just busy with work, and so he got cooed. Uh, and it looks like we're finally getting kind of like the real like drawbacks of that, which is like Nielv's going directly to work under the president, and he's like, I knew you'd betray me, and he's like, well, the stuff I want to do cost a lot of money.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Uh,
Yeah, and but I mean, like another thing too that like and talking about drawbacks, like we basically see that that Shomo isn't creating any of his any Gochizo, but and
yep.
we find out why. And remember what I brought up last week that we hadn't seen in a while, and we do get to see it this week, his food diary.
Food diary, which is super cute. And I do also love the vibe of like the gochizos aren't just made from him eating a snack; they're made from him eating and loving the snack. It's like his, his love of like the snacks and the people who gave them to him and everything else is what makes the gochizos. Uh,
Hmm.
I love all these little repainted gochizos. As I was saying, if you when you're going back to Japan, I might just be like, look for some gochizos for me.
Yeah, I might actually, but yeah, it's so comfy and cute. Like,
And I love
like
them all
yeah,
together. And and obviously we get like a big confrontation with Maggot at the end, where we get Hanto and Lakia go to stall for time, and again
yeah,
it's time for Lakia to get bodied.
yeah,
Unfortunately, this is where his undefeated status has run out, and him and Hanto just do their best. I do like that it turns out Hanto also melts, because he's frappe.
yeah. That was actually really funny.
Uh,
Oh man.
but
But yeah, actually, no, wait. No, from what I saw, Lakia just got knocked back. He didn't get knocked out of his form this time, but like this time around, though, like
no, I
yeah,
don't think he didn't get knocked out, but you know what I mean. Like he wasn't winning that fight.
yeah,
We don't have to consider it like legally a loss, but it also wasn't like every other thing he's fought. He's like won, and this one
yeah,
he even got hit while he was invisible, which has been also one of the firsts.
yeah. That
Uh,
is that
so
was
which again,
wild.
really pretty sick. But again, we get the over Gavv transformation. He's got the power of friendship and 100 gochizos he just sent straight to heaven. Uh,
Yeah,
and looks like they've come up with a solution. He's got the Gavv or the bake gun with him this time, and I mean it is clever. He is kind of it where we're running into like the pre Super Saiyan 2 problem with Vegeta, where it's like he became strong, but now he's not fast enough to do anything.
yeah.
Uh,
But honestly, it was super cute though because we actually got to see all three of them work together, to
yeah,
like lock him in place.
it was cute. The thing that worried me for a second was, Magellan was like hitting, or Imagine was like hitting him with the sword and like shooting in the gaps of the armor. And I'm
Hmm.
like, oh, well, now we're seeing a clear weakness or something that can be exploited later. Uh, Especially because again, it doesn't seem like from what it sounds like, they're like he's not strong enough to control this kind of power yet. So it looks like we still have way more to see of this form that we're just probably
Hmm.
not going to get until later, and not even including the other half of this form.
Yeah, and then we see another agent wearing a school uniform. It looks like just chilling. So I'm actually with school uniform. Is that I think that might be one of Jeeb's agents potentially. I don't know.
I think so because I think they kind of look like because I don't think they're wearing because I think the stuff that the agents wear is kind of like determined by whoever gives them clothes, and so I
Mhm.
don't think Jeeb would send them out with the same like the same tech wear that's kind of been like a stomach family like uniform kind of thing. So it
Yeah,
might be Jeeb, but technically I'm not entirely sure. I have to go back and relook at
yeah.
it. Uh, could
Oh
also
man.
maybe technically be Lazelle's just because we've only seen like her dad's agents
Hmm.
as the
Yeah.
butler, but
Is it time to talk about the sad thing?
rest in peace, Uncle Dente. Honestly, him going back home and basically like reminiscing, like Shoma got to be so happy. He's got people around him. Now I can be okay, letting him. Dente, no. Oh, I wasn't ready for him to just kind of drop dead. Um,
Yeah.
it's also really sad because it also means that like it's probably gonna be a bit before they find him out there.
Yeah.
Especially if they don't hear from him. I don't know if they're gonna go over they're just gonna go over one day and they're just gonna find his corpse. Like, uh,
Mhm. Yeah, but we had to set up for next episode where the president does want an ongoing order, but you know,
what was it?
someone needs to
10
go out
million?
and yeah, someone needs to go out and get it himself.
Yep.
So who better than the former president, the former CEO?
It's not even who better. They're basically making him do it.
Yeah,
Yelp was defected. Glada's kind of like, I don't want to betray my brother, but also, what else do we do? Uh,
yeah,
and honestly, it looks like, our heroes are getting bodied by Lango next week. Uh,
yeah.
This is
But yeah,
also
like
going to
we
be the big one because I want to see both Honto and Lakia's reactions because, to them from Shoma, like Lengo would be the guy in charge. He's the guy that really has caused everything at this point.
Mhm. And also, like, the other crazy thing too is that, like, we basically see like these images of Lango in front of a crash plane, because he basically just takes the entire plane. Like,
Yeah, yeah. I'm gonna be honest. I'm not. The humans are not looking good next week. I think a lot of them are gonna be gone, and
yeah,
I mean, again, the interesting thing about Gavv right now is kind of what we're gonna do in this, like the last set of villains, the last arc.
mhm.
We're
Yeah. This
we're
is only
getting
episode 34. Like,
yeah.
we still have at least 17 episodes left.
Yeah,
Sorry,
I was gonna say
no,
we're
not
not
17. 13 episodes left.
we're
Yeah,
not even at the 40s yet.
yeah, and we haven't seen Overgav either.
Yep. Which again, maybe we're getting that next episode because we are seeing that like oh no, we've seen Over. We haven't seen Master Gav.
Oh, Master Gav. That's, yeah. Whoops.
Yeah. But we do see that Overgav may not be enough to deal with Lango, especially at the very least, not while Shoma can't control it. Because that's what I'm wondering, if that's kind of going to be the bit where it's like he's got this form, he's not strong enough to use it, so the first power up is going to be becoming strong enough to use it, and then later it's going to be you get Master Gav near the end. Especially because with like a name like Master Gav, that makes me think like young master. And so, I think I saw some people being like, what if Shoma takes over the Stomach family at the end of this, and and he runs like a legitimate sweet shop.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see. This is really interesting. I'm really wondering, or okay, maybe he might not be the main villain, but what if that store owner is also a Granute?
That would be
'Cause-
interesting. It would be cool. Might be interesting if there were like other Granites that have defected, kind of like Dente, but like are just living normally.
Yeah.
But also, if he's been taking, kids who are happy and stuff for the presses, that's gonna be a real sad thing. Because on the
Yeah.
like you talking about him being a villain, at this point, the assumption would be he'd be like Shoma's uncle or something. And so, what if it turns
Yeah.
out that, if he is the uncle, he was somehow involved with his sister's disappearance?
Yeah.
Like another
like,
human Granute ally?
Yeah. Honestly, I'm just throwing it out there because Gavv has Gavv has swerved me multiple times, so I'm just gonna throw something out there because maybe I'll swerve them and I'll figure something out this time.
I mean, that was me throwing out when I thought Shoma and Honto could have been brothers, because it's like, oh, we've never seen Honto's mom from the front, so maybe it's gonna turn out that it's the same mom, which honestly, gonna be honest, kind of glad I was wrong about that.
Yeah, and honestly, this is like the fun part about watching it and discussing it week to week. Like, this is the
yeah,
stuff that
where we
people
could just
don't
be
get-
like,
Yeah.
I wonder what's gonna happen next. It actually, because it's really fun being able to like try to be like, here's my prediction before the episode happens.
Yeah. This is this experience is something you do not get when you binge watch it.
No.
So like,
Which is still fun in a different way, but it's always fun having someone to talk about. I do enjoy doing the show because it's it's my time to talk with my friend about this show that we both love, and sometimes multiple shows. Still waiting on when we're getting still waiting for July, when we're gonna start getting Ultraman Omega.
yup.
That's gonna be a fun one. Again, it looks beautiful. I think I haven't really gotten around to get any of the Ultraman toys, but I might have to get that Omega changer because it looks fucking sick.
Yeah.
Though I do also really want the Arc one. I just never got around to it.
Yeah. I was thinking, man, yeah, it's like I stared at the Blazer brace for so long when I was in Japan last time. I held the box in my hand and I just stood there for like 3 minutes at the Ultraman store and like just wondering like, am I gonna buy this now?
I
And
mean,
it's
it's tempting.
yeah.
It's tempting.
It's so tempting, man.
I mean, hey, you go back every once in a while, so you would technically have another chance.
Yeah.
But yeah, thanks as always for listening. We will be here talking about those new episodes next week. Later. This program is brought to you by
Our unending love of tokusatsu. And if you enjoyed the show, be sure to like it.
and to leave a review, since that really helps us out.
And if you would like to support us further, consider becoming a patron at our Patreon, Half Hour Henshin.
You can get some exclusive benefits, such as your name in the credits and joining our sticker club. Or, if you want to help with a one-time donation,
you can also find us at Ko-fi at Half Hour Henshin. You can email us with any questions or theories at halfhourhenshin@gmail.com or on Twitter at halfhourhenshin.